Hey, this is going to be a quick video about fixing the 20% dead zone issue that Squadrons has on the x-axis and the y-axis. Turns out that the other axes don't have this issue, so it's mostly a matter of remapping the x-axis and the y-axis to x rotation and y rotation. To do this, you need to install vJoy and Joystick Gremlin. I'm not going to show that. Instead, I'm going to show what happens afterwards. First, you want to configure a virtual joystick. So I've launched configure vJoy devices here. The command is configure vJoy over here. I had trouble getting the other devices working. Joystick Gremlin didn't seem to like them, so make sure it's on tab 1 and that it's green lit up here. You might have to click on Add Device down here. I'm showing this on tab 2, but on tab 1. Make sure all the axes are enabled. Make sure that you have at least as many buttons as your actual joystick does. I have a Thrustmaster T.16000, which has 16 buttons, so there's that. It also has one hat, so I make sure there's one continuous hat, and I disabled force feedback, and make sure vJoy is enabled. Next, you want to launch Joystick Gremlin. This is what it looks like. You should see both your physical joystick and the vJoy device in one of the tabs. I have issues with the physical joystick showing up sometimes unless I unplug the USB from it and plug it back in while Joystick Gremlin is up. So there's that possible problem. Now you want to create a one-to-one mapping, which maps all the physical buttons here to your virtual buttons here. You should see all these boxes show up showing the mappings. The mappings aren't always correct. For instance, I found on my Thrustmaster the slider is for some reason mapped to X rotation. Can change it to slider instead. But here, this is the important part. You're going to remap x-axis by clicking on it and changing it to X rotation here and doing the same thing for the y-axis. Go ahead and save that. And to enable this, you click on this gamepad icon, which should turn green, and then you can test it by going to Tools, Input Viewer, clicking on this, and then checking that it's axis 4 and axis 5 that are lit up. Let's minimize Joystick Gremlin, and that's it for that step. Alright, now it's time to map the controls in the game. Go to Options, go to Controls, scroll all the way down, change this to vJoy device, make sure Flight Stick 1 device is vJoy device, scroll all the way back up, click on Remap Controls here. You can remap them for all 3 sections, but it's really flight that's most important. Click on Flight Stick over here, and see how pitch up is mapped to the y-axis. Let's change that and click on it and move your joystick up, and you should see it's now Y rotate. Do this for pitch down, yaw right, yaw left. Hit back over here, save and exit, and now you're all set. You should now be able to pilot your craft without a dead zone.